What's up, y'all? Face the World podcast, world famous podcast.
We back, man. We back.
We back.
Second episode.
Second episode.
World's
part
greatest
2.
podcast, y'all. Yes, sir.
You heard him. You heard the dude.
Yeah.
We back with another one. So
Kind of late, too. We're supposed to be an hour, so it's going to be 30 minutes.
It's cool. Like, we
shit.
finna give y'all a short one today. Not too much with it. Like a little talk. Probably drive to school type beat. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
I'm a bit tired today, anyways.
Yeah.
But the energy has been so low recently. I'm just like,
Yeah,
I'm
because
so
it's been
tired.
real cold. We had that, that cold. And
Yeah.
That Houston,
freeze.
Texas weather.
So
If y'all
small to
out here,
freeze.
y'all know what it's like.
Yeah.
It just
I'm
like,
still in a tank top because never mind.
All right. So look. Speaking of Houston, right? So we all live in Houston. You know what I mean? Obviously, but we're all from Cali, right?
yes.
So-
we're all
So
from
with
Cali.
that being said, how was you guys' experience? Being in Cali. You know what I mean?
Like
when you say
Cali
Cali, what are some of the first things that you think about when you hear Cali?
Oh,
weather.
Let's go.
I think of stereotypes.
Yeah, the weather. It's the weather for me.
I love the weather.
Me, I really like
That's cool.
what I really like is just the environment, the air quality. I think the difference between here and Cali, the big difference is the air quality. I feel like I breathe more clearly, like when I'm in
They
Cali.
have a lot more fires in
Yeah,
California.
it's
Like, the air's
mainly,
more clear. Just
like,
the air's more clear, bro.
when
Like,
we in California, like everybody's outside. Like
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah, it's the
I
energy.
mean, like downtown Houston, people be outside, but like you see it all over Cali. Like everybody's always outside, like at a park or something like that. People in Houston don't go to no parks like that just to
everybody be
chill,
like-
just to hang out no more.
everybody
like,
lame.
people
bro,
don't be
for
doing
real.
that.
They used to have like barbecues.
Yeah.
Yeah, but nah,
Yeah.
California,
Yeah.
you trying to link up? You trying to hang out? Oh, go to the park.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
type
yeah.
beat.
Everybody,
Yeah,
It's like everybody's just all like certain areas. Everybody's all like together. Like it's not like out here to where everybody's just doing their own thing, stuck in their house, or like during the summer, it's like, oh no, it's too hot. Nah, in Cali, it's like they
It's
outside.
But
never-
it
hanging
is
with
too
their
fast
friends.
in California. That's what I
It
love about
is.
Houston.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
That people, when you come down here, everything is pretty much slowed down. So you don't necessarily have to, figure out, how to find friends and things like that.
Right,
Like people
right,
are
Yeah,
down here
Cali is-
very friendly.
Cali is a zoo. It's a lot
Yeah.
going on out
There's
there.
a lot going on.
Like
You see
Yeah.
something new every day.
Yeah, fights, gangs, everything.
so, like
I didn't
Zach,
see that much.
you personally, like, how was your experience? You know what I mean, growing up in Cali, because you was there from what age to what age?
I was like
Born to 8.
I was born to 8 years old. So like really like where I was at, I was in elementary school. So everybody was just normal kids. We was just being kids. So it's not really nothing, no fights and nothing really, everything going on. But my sister, she was in high school. She said it was like different. Like everybody was wild. I didn't even know
Yeah.
that. She told me that recently. Like it was like everybody was wild. It was real crazy. And like, now sitting here in Houston and they're talking about like, everybody's talking about like I see videos on like TikTok talking about, yeah, we don't like Sacramento. Yeah, everybody get a Sacramento. That's a ratchet city. Yeah.
No,
I mean, is
I
it?
would
Have
fight
you
somebody.
seen-
It's not. There's some
well-
parts, but
well, it depends on where you
we
are.
grew up in Elk Grove, and so
So,
it was
like,
very like
Very
clean.
chill,
That's
very
is it like
chill.
a suburb or
It was
like
really
more hood?
suburban.
Yeah,
We
but
grew
like
up,
you go like to our school where we was, it was
to our
it was
second, or was it our second school there?
Nah, so like where we was at like our first school when we was there, it was
pretty
pretty clean, but the high school I guess was pretty bad according to my sister.
Yeah.
But like, I guess because, we're in first, second grade, so it's not really everything.
Didn't really
going
pay
on.
Yeah.
much attention
See,
to
I-
it.
And like, the second school we went to while he was out there, it was a pretty nice school, It was
They were quite
annoying
rude,
though, but
though.
like, it was a
talking so timid.
it's like it's like so yeah, like I was saying was like,
You going back to doing the same
Exactly.
what? All right, so like I was saying was like, like at my sister's, like I'm like my sister's school, like when she was in high school, it was pretty cool. But like when we was in like, like our second school, cause like we was like moving, and so like our second school that we went to, it was pretty cool. But there was a mixture between like the rich kids and like like the reckless kids, you know what I'm saying?
I didn't really see that when we went.
Nah, there was a mixture between them. It was like, it was real crazy. There's this one kid who had to leave school early just because how bad he was. Remember him? He was getting in so
Oh my
much
God.
trouble they had to
I
make
feel
him
like we
leave
all
school.
had. There was
No.
always that one kid in like elementary school. It's
Yeah.
like outrageous.
That kid Elijah.
All right.
Not the name dropping. I don't
That was
remember him.
Elijah's
But,
So I mean,
Yeah, said Darrell. Like y'all been.
I
out
mean,
there.
we got down here at what? We came down here like what 2009, right?
Yeah, something like
Down-
that.
we lived in California for about 13 years. You know what I'm saying? So the transition from coming here, I mean, from coming there to here was way different. You know, because out there we was in the hood. You know, we was in Los Angeles around gangbangers. You know what I'm saying?
Bloods,
You
Crips.
know, helicopters. It was just all types of stuff going on.
There's always something
down there.
Always helicopters
When
down
I
there.
came
Oh,
down
yeah.
here, it was just like I didn't hear nothing. I'm
Linwood,
like,
California.
Yeah, it was actually kind of weird.
yeah, it was like too peaceful. You know what I'm saying? And I really wanted to go back. Like for the first 2 months, I was like, nah, I don't like it here. Even though we was in a big house,
Yeah.
it was just like I felt like California was home.
So how was your experience like growing up in Cali?
I mean, it was real fast. You know, like I was always trying to go to my friend's house. I was bad, bro. You know what I'm saying? Well, according to mom, I was bad. Because she'd come home and I wouldn't be there.
He just wanted his freedom. It wasn't that he was like doing bad stuff. He just wanted his freedom. You know what I'm saying? He was super independent at a young age. He already knew.
Yeah,
what he
man.
wanted
Like
to do.
it would be like 10 o'clock at night. I'm taking hour walks just to go to my friend's house. You know, and in a hood where it's like gangbangers, you really not supposed to be walking at that time of night.
Nah, 'cause they
But
tripping.
I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking like, I just need to get to my friend's house. You know what I'm saying? So I'm finna walk. But coming from that, now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, that wasn't smart to be down there just walking in different territories and all of that stuff.
Well, I got a question. Okay, so what is your difference like between the people in Cali and the difference between the people here?
Like people wise.
Yeah, people wise. Like what's
We're
the
more
difference?
friendly down here. Like I said, you can network with people. Like you can have one conversation and that can literally turn into like your friend. Somebody you can-
Yeah, like I feel like in Cali, a lot of people got trust issues. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
it.
Obviously
That's
because
the
of
one.
you know all the activity that's going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So out here, it just seemed like people more so embrace you. You know, they're nicer. Like Darrell said, the transition from there to here, I wasn't used to like people being nice. Like you know, they just talking to you. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, that definitely was something. And then people out here, you know, they demand more respect. So, you know, they want you to say, yes, sir, you know, yes,
In
ma'am.
California,
Like,
they didn't really. Some people.
It's just
mostly don't care
you
about
know,
that.
they don't really care.
You know, I got checked so many times by some old heads like, you're not saying yes, sir, yes, ma'am. Like I don't know what that
I
guess
took
it's
it.
just a
I
Southern
took it as
influence.
disrespect. I'm like, bro, I don't know you. I'm not about to be saying yes, sir, to you. I don't know you. But then,
Southern people like they have like values.
They have Southern hospitality.
They have like Southern hospitality, the Southern values, and like the West Coast, you know where California
Yeah,
is.
we
It's just
don't really
like
got that.
it's not really like that, I guess. Because I went to the mall. It was maybe the 29th of November. I'm gonna say that was the last time I went to the mall. I I got some food, and I think I said thank you, and I was like, I said thank you to this woman. She was like, "Did you say yes, ma'am?" And I was like, yes. And she was like, "Thank you for that. Like that's really kind." And I was like,
Yeah.
you know, 'cause I did not say yes, ma'am, because that's not how I was really raised to say.
Yeah.
Because you know, in California, it's just thank you, yes, yeah. People are just very chill with that. But she was like, nobody ever says that. I'm like, that is quite
That's
interesting.
Southern hospitality, man. Like,
Yeah.
that's deep in Georgia and here.
Yeah,
Like,
down
all
south,
Southern-
period.
Yeah, down
Yeah.
So
south.
with me and Zaya is growing up in the Elk Grove, Sacramento area. There's a huge difference between Elk Grove and Sacramento. Elk Grove, there's normal people. You know, you go out in
You'll hear
Sacramento,
helicopters.
go to Sacramento, you see helicopters, people, police chases,
Oh, yeah, we
weird
had to-
people. There's a lot
Last
of
time
homeless
we
people.
went, which was 2020, I think.
Yeah, there's a helicopter. It was like 3 times where he was out there.
we had
they
to
was telling
stay
us to stay
inside.
inside because they was looking for somebody.
We were
Yeah,
having
the
helicopters
last
with
time,
spotlight.
the last time I went out there, I was staying at my Uncle Joe's house, and then
Uncle Joe,
I
that's
remember,
crazy.
one morning I stepped outside, and it was a helicopter like hovering over this dude's
I was
house.
terrified.
I was like, man, welcome back to Cali. Like, I'm not used to that. I'm not used to that no
because
more.
coming from even when because I go to California every summer, so it's like I get like a taste of Houston back to Cali, Houston back to Cali. Like it's so back and forth, and it's just looking at the environment change and everything. I'm just like, wow, like, and it's just like because I keep going back and forth.
Yeah.
Like I at least went to California at least twice this year, well last year. So
You
it was
I didn't know.
yeah. So it was I was just like going back and forth, like dang, like it's just so like. environmentally
So
different.
so when you went back to Cali this last time, what did you do out there?
Last time, what did I do? Last time it was Thanksgiving. That was the last time I went to Cali. Yeah, it was Thanksgiving time. Like what did I do? I went to the park because that's my favorite thing to do when I go to my favorite burger joint.
What's that?
Fabulous Grill Burger. It's in what's it called? Gardena, California.
Shout out Fabulous Grill.
Yeah, no, it's bomb. To me, I think it's great. So yeah, and then plus like around our parts in Houston, like they don't, unless you go downtown Houston, you really can't find like good food.
It's pretty
like,
boring over here.
Yeah, like you
fast
really
food.
can't find good food. Like there's
see
good
normal
food in
places.
Houston, like downtown
You have
area.
to search for it.
But where we live, nah. But in California, good food anywhere. So I'm like, dang, like there's a Fabulous Grill right here. So I went there. I was just eating.
Didn't you go visit SC or?
I did. I went to go visit USC and UCLA. Great colleges, UCLA just a little too not powered for me. So
It's not
Diverse
what's
enough?
the word? Diverse enough.
yeah,
Diverse?
because they have this
Not dark
thing
enough.
called the Black Bruin Building, and I don't know why, but it just doesn't sit right to me. Why you got a whole building like mainly? Like, I mean, I get they were trying to make it like a historical thing, but that's mainly where the black people was at. Because when I talked to this one black girl, I said, hey, where are people at? She was like, they in the Black Bruin Building. And I'm like, what?
Sounds kind of segregated to me.
Brewing building.
Yeah, I'm like, huh?
We got
Like,
a white brewing building,
right.
a black
All the
a
rest
Chinese
is white
brewing building.
and they
Asian
got the
brewing
little
building.
black brewing building. I'm like, what? So I go in the room and they got, all the black history, all that. So I got the purpose, but all the black people really only be in there. And I'm just like, dang. So like, yeah, no, I can't do it personally. I just thought that was weird.
Back to segregation.
Yeah, I was like, what do we got buildings again? Like why Black Bruin building? Maybe like a black historical or I don't know. I don't know. It just didn't really sit right.
Like a
Sid,
historical
how
hall.
was it for you down there? You know what I'm saying? Because we pretty much grew up in the same household down there.
Yeah.
Till Genesis was born. As soon
Yeah,
as
yeah,
Genesis
yeah.
got born, that's when we came to Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for you, how was your experience living in Cali for those 13 years?
I mean, so growing up like as a kid, like from kindergarten to elementary, because of like because of my vision, I qualified for certain programs, right? So mom was going to send me to just not any type of school, like any school that was in the hood. She sent me to the schools that I could get into, obviously because of my vision, which that provided me, you know what I'm saying, more opportunity to go to a different school. So I didn't go to school in Linwood, which where we grew up. I mean, we lived in Compton for a little bit, but then we also lived in Linwood. I didn't go to school in Linwood like that in kindergarten and elementary. Darrell did, but I took like a 20-minute ride on the bus to another school in Bellflower, right? So that was more of like a
Mayfair.
Yeah. So that was more of like a suburb area, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I wasn't around the gangs and all of that out there. It was just more of just like a civilized school,
Right.
But then when I got to like, I ended up going to Mayfair, which was in Linwood, in the hood. Then I went to Linwood High School. And so I could relate to what Zach said, what Zach's sister was saying, you know what I mean? Like, it's super crazy in high school because you got the Bloods, the Crips, the Samoans, the Mexicans,
That's
you know what I'm
scary.
saying? You got the Rockers,
I'd be able to
like,
handle that.
and there was a couple riots up there, you know what I mean? There was a couple riots up there, but me, I just tried to stay out the way. I tried to stay out of all of that, you know what I mean? I wasn't trying to gang bang. I just thought that it was stupid to be like, to be dying over colors. You know what I'm saying? We getting in fights because you got on red today, I got on blue today. Dog, I just want to wear the red Vans that my mama bought me. I'm not a blood. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but I stayed out of that. You know what I mean? I played football while I was out there. Rest in peace to my coach, Jimmy Sigmund. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
played football from the age of 6 to really, 14, 15, something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I pretty much stayed out the streets. I was in the house a lot, playing video games. And then I had my friends around the neighborhood, but just never got into no type of like gang activity or nothing like that.
Yeah, all my friends was gang banging. I used to know they was doing it, but I never did it with them. I didn't understand it at the time. It was just okay, I see y'all doing it, but at the same time, this is my friends. I'm not gonna judge them because they gang banging. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Have you ever like Genesis when you was down there? Did you ever like Well, we came to Houston. Did you even grow up down there? Like you didn't?
I
did you
never
go to
know.
any
I
school?
was too little.
She
I
was born
too
down there,
little.
2 years old.
And we moved when I was like 4. And yeah, no, I didn't really get much living experience down there. I was too young to remember.
Yeah.
But when I go back, like I feel like it changes every time because of my age.
Right.
Because I go there every year, so I only get to experience like a month or so of California. So like when I see like when I go to the park, that's where all like the Crips be at, you know, like neighborhood, whatever they want to call it.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I just see how. First of all, I remember this one day. Like I'm gonna make this story real short, but like I remember this one day. Like they was all just like rolling dice, rolling the weed, and all that stuff. I was just observing all that stuff, and then the police came up out of nowhere, like deep. At least like 6, 7 cars. We didn't know what was going on. I was like,
Dang.
whoa, what happened? Line them all up on the gate, like pat them all down. One of the homies got put in jail. And I'm just sitting there like,
Yeah.
like what
Just
happened?
confused.
What happened?
Yeah.
Because I don't see that in Houston. And it was out of nowhere. Like everybody was just chilling, doing whatever they had to do.
Yeah.
Weed is legal out there in California, so they can't get arrested for no weed.
So look, I had friends that was Crips. I had friends that was Bloods. I had
I'm cool
some
with
friends
some-
that
I'm
was
cool with some of
Mexicans.
them, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they just all they all respected the fact that I wasn't into that. You know what I'm saying? So they never tried to really just influence me
Right.
in any way to really get into
Zach and
that.
Zaya, was y'all around that down there? Like
Definitely
y'all
not.
seen-
No.
We wasn't really no gangs. I mean, there was.
I
we
seen
didn't-
none
we
of
didn't
that
see any
stuff.
gangs, but I mean, I'm pretty sure there's some gangs over there, but
That we
didn't
just
see
didn't know
none.
about.
Yeah, we just didn't know anything about it.
Because again, we lived in like the suburbs. Nothing happened.
It's like between times we was in a mixture between the suburbs, and then we'll go out because El Grove is so close to Sacramento. It's like to go to a place you have to go to Sacramento to do something.
Because Grove is
And,
kind of small.
so you just go past a lot of homeless people or a lot of
Right.
angry people. That's
Just
some,
angry for no
Yeah,
I
reason.
just
figure out
angry
what
people
that
for no reason.
road was
Bad.
called, Florin.
Yeah,
When
Florence.
literally, if you
that
you
road.
passed over a bridge, it looked like a whole different
Yeah, it was
part of
like-
town. It was like
yeah.
one was like really suburban. You pass over like this overpass, and it's like a whole bunch of homeless
Yeah, just
people. It's
homeless-
very
homeless people.
underdeveloped.
Apparently there were some gangs over there, but I didn't really.
So if
see
you had the
any.
chance to go back, like if there was like if mom and dad said y'all move back to California or y'all stay here, which one would it be? Cali or Houston?
Here's the thing: why I would say I would stay here. There's more opportunity for me to be out here than to be in California.
I have a life
There's
here.
there's no
friends.
opportunity for me in California. There's more of opportunity I have to live out here. I have a better future, a
Better environment.
better
Right.
schools. Everything is better. I'm more like to play sports. I'm more likely to get a scholarship than to go to a California school that it's just
That was
it's
another
the
thing.
same.
Like the schools out here in Texas are more supportive. In Cali, they like, I guess because so many kids are being bad in the classes out there,
Right.
that they don't really take the time to like pay attention to you as an individual. It's probably changed since then, but back then it was just like you on your own. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because
like, get good grades. Fail. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Right.
And because of that, like, and I'm not gonna say solely because of that, but you know what I mean? I didn't do the best out there in Cali. You know what I'm saying? When I came to Texas, my grades got a little bit better. You know what I mean? But
Right.
Yeah.
I was also like in the 9th grade when I first went to middle school out here. I was skipping school. You know what I'm saying? Like I would wait for my mom, like, cause mom, she used to leave work at like for like 6 a.m. My bus probably wouldn't get there till like 7, 8. So
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, bet I could stay home, and then she don't get off work till 6.
I've had
So
a lot,
I'm
I've
like,
done that a lot.
Yeah, so I'm like, I could stay home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And she wouldn't know. And then on top of that, you know how they call the school.
Yeah.
Right.
They call the school afterwards. I could answer the phone and hang the phone up. She
Right.
wouldn't
So
even
she
know.
knows. So she know now.
Yeah.
Sorry, mom, but like,
Yeah. But because of that, my grades, you know what I'm saying? My
Was
grades was
slipping.
affected. You know what I'm saying? By that, because I wasn't going to class.
Yeah,
you know, so
Yeah, but one I know one area that's really bad, like Northern California has to be anywhere in the Bay Area. Anywhere in the Bay Area, like when we
It's
stand
cold
there
down
for
there.
yeah, it's really cold. But when we stand there for Thanksgiving, we was in Richmond, You know, Richmond, I don't know, like if like some people know where like you know where it is, but it's really bad. Like it's really bad.
Yeah.
Like I saw like I don't know, I saw a big group of people that was probably a gang or something. But Zaya, I don't know, cause you sleep. But every night I would hear some gunshots like start popping. And I'm like,
When was
dang,
this?
bro.
Oh yeah,
Like we
that's
was
how it
there
is
for
out there.
Thanksgiving. I remember I told you when we
Last
used to wake up. Yeah, I was like, Zaya, there was gunshots last night. But sometimes I just didn't want to tell you because you was gonna get scared.
You know better than
Zaya
to tell me
has
something
bad
like
Yeah,
that.
I know. It was better not to tell Zaya
I watch
because
so
she
many
would get
crime
scared and not
shows,
want to
but
go
I
to
love-
sleep.
I
I was
love
like,
some
I'm gonna
crime
just sleep
shows.
with them.
Yeah, last time I went back,
Yeah.
like I said, when we was at my Uncle Joe house, it was gunshots like
Yeah.
Uncle
every
Joe's house.
couple
Oh
nights.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's awful.
No, I would
Yeah,
run
remember-
He
away.
lives in Compton, California.
Yeah.
So
And see, if it was up to me, if I had to choose between Texas and Cali, I'm not going back to Cali. I'm not. Like I said,
I
it's
feel
a,
like
it's
we
a zoo
all
out
came
there.
up with that.
Like,
Because I'm staying.
I'm
here
staying
for
here.
sure.
Like even though like my sister, my brother, my mom lives in California,
They need to move out
my
here.
my grandma,
Live with us.
I'm gonna stay down here because this is where my friends are. It's where my dog is. It's where my room is. My house. It's where like I've learned to be myself down here because I've gotten older and I've, grown up. Like I know I spent most of my time in California, but that was like since I was like 0 to 8. You're not really as conscious of the world when you're that young.
Yeah.
But the more when you grow up and you get more conscious of what's around you and the people that you're hanging around with, you realize what's valuable. And, there's really good people down here and I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to leave them.
Right.
Yeah, and then some people in Cali, especially like where we from, they got this like this story of like, man, I grew up, didn't have no clothes, you know what I'm saying? Didn't
Yeah.
have nothing to eat. Like it wasn't like that for us in Cali. You know
Yeah,
what I
mom
mean?
made
Like my
sure
mom,
yeah.
my mom held it down. Single mother, you know what I mean? Made sure that we had a fresh cut. Made sure that we had fresh clothes. I never seen the lights get cut off. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure like from her perspective, I'm sure that it was hard times. You know what I mean? It was times where I seen, okay, we don't got cable. All right, you know what I'm saying? All right, we gotta. It is
use
what it
some
is.
free channels.
Yeah, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Play the game. Like
But
you're
it was
not
fun.
paying the
we
bill.
had MySpace back like today. We got Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all that. But down there we had MySpace.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mama used to always Friday she get paid. She'd take us to go get some clean shoes. I remember I had the Carmelos. Sid
Facts. I had the
Carmelos.
I had
We
the
always
snakeskin
had-
Kobe's
We always had fresh shoes. You know what I'm saying? So
and a fresh cut.
exactly. So I wasn't worried about are we struggling or not. I'm like my mama keep me fresh. So you know what I'm
Right. That's
saying?
all that matters
That's
to
all
me.
that matters. I
Yeah.
go to school and I'm looking fresh, so it's good.
Let me let y'all know something that's wrong with society. Why do people think it's cool to struggle and to be like, be in the hood, struggle, gang shooting every day and getting arrested? Why does everybody think
Because they
that's
think that they
cool?
can get
They
respect.
can
I
get
do not think
respect
that's
for
cool.
real.
They
And
think
it's
that
like,
that makes them hard, and they think
Yeah.
that if they say stuff like that, nobody's gonna want to mess with them.
bro, I'm
And
telling
a
you,
lot
it's
of
not
people
cool,
haven't
bro.
traveled or went to different places to
Yeah.
experience these things, so that's all they know.
Yeah,
It's
not
it's just
cool.
it's a different language. Like when I came out here, it took me a year to really figure out like, oh, Houston, they live different down here.
Right.
But some people have never left the hood. They stay in the hood. Like,
Well,
this
we
is all I know.
get that. Yeah, like we understand that. So a lot of people, that's all they know, that like, oh, I'm from the hood.
Right.
Like, da.
But as soon as they go somewhere else, it's like, oh, they get introduced to new people.
Yeah.
That rewires their brain, and now they
Exactly.
thinking totally different. Like, I don't
It's
gotta
so
wear this
normal
flag.
out there.
But see, something that was funny to me is, all right, I'm like, all right, we leaving Cali. You know what I'm saying? We going to Texas. I'm thinking Texas is gonna be super country, right? Obviously,
they
cowboy
always have-
hats, farms,
Yeah.
and boots, right?
Right.
So I'm
They
like,
do
all
have boots
right,
down here, though.
all right, we leaving the Bloods and Crips, we leaving the gang stuff, right? And we going to the suburbs. Man, while I get out here, go to Clearbrook High School.
Clearbrook.
And you still got dudes up there who want to be Bloods
That's
and
what
want to
I'm
be Crips.
saying.
No,
Yeah.
I
That's
see
Grew
that
up
even
in
in
the
middle
suburbs.
school.
People
I'm
who
That's
like,
what I'm
bro.
saying. I don't understand. Like, it's not like it's a flex. Like,
it's not
I think it's a
cute.
bigger flex to be like, yeah, I have a nice
Yeah,
home.
nice house.
I know, like I'm
People
stable.
tryna-
I got a good family. I got a stable food supply.
We good,
That's
like we
No.
good. Like bro, people trying to
Nah,
like
people-
rep gangs,
Yeah.
trying to
That
rep
is
Houston
not-
gangs. People trying to claim blood. I'm like,
And
dude,
it's like when you
claim
lived in
I'm like,
California,
bro.
or when you're always in California, it's just like, bruh, what are you talking about?
Why would you want to? Why would you want to be that? You know what I'm saying? Why would you want to get shot? Why would you want to go to jail?
And
why
often
would you
people like think that like because I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm from California. I'm from like I'm from Long Beach. I'm from like I was living in Linwood. They're like, oh, you trying to be no?
And
That's
see,
the truth.
and see a lot of the gangbangers out there. The reason they gangbanging is because the environment. You know, they feel like okay, I need some protection. You know what I mean? So I understand like okay, if I'm born here. I get that. You know what I'm saying? Some of them just adapted to the environment.
I get that, but Zachary was talking about the people that have nothing to do with that. Why?
You just bro. Like sometimes I think it's the music. Cause like people would just be rapping about their music, rapping about all the struggles they went through, and they respect those rappers. Everybody respect those rappers, so they respect those rappers. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, people feel like it's corny to have a clean background. Yeah,
like
I mean, I grew up,
nah, bro, it's cool.
So
bro.
overall, y'all would choose to stay in Houston.
Yes,
for sure. It's safer for us women too. Like I feel like, cause I'm not trying to be cocky, but like if you look good, like you're a nice, pretty black woman in California and Houston, is two different things.
You're gonna get catcalled.
Because every time when I go, like especially because California is such a walking state. Like you walk, like you go, like you walk. I would walk and I'm like it's not cute to me. Like it's annoying. I'm just trying to get to where I gotta go. I know you get that everywhere. Like especially downtown Houston, that's where it is the most. But like there's a lot going on for like not all women in general, like white women, Mexican women. Like it's just for women. It's like it's weird. And I feel like if I still lived in California, like if I actually grew up, I would be a totally different person than I am right now.
Let me tell y'all one of the biggest reasons that dudes want to be hard. They want to be gangster. The biggest reasons, one word, girls.
Oh yeah,
that's it. They feel like y'all. They feel like y'all like that. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely not.
People like me, I just do not.
I don't. It's gross. It's. No,
I think if you're trying to be like hood gangster and you're not even even if you are from the hood, like you have to at least have a little like just like calm down. You don't have to be you already know like I don't
showing
think
your
that's cute. I don't. Oh, I got a strap on me. Okay,
yeah,
that's just being
dumb. All right, like some girls do like hood guys that were guys that say like, oh, I got my strap, you already know I'll pop anybody, and it's just like for me, like, why?
Yeah, they like them until it's time to go to jail with them. Then I don't know him. I don't know that guy.
Right?
Like,
nah.
I don't know him.
Nah, I'm not. I'm not finna be in no jail cell. Oh, babe.
So for the most part, y'all, we stand in Houston.
We stand in
Houston.
Houston.
What I'm saying? We gonna be traveling. You know, Genesis.
At least Texas.
Genesis is going to different college. Well, she's going to college somewhere. You know, so she'll probably be in a different state. But for the most part, our home is Houston, Texas. You know, so y'all know where we grew up at. You know what I'm saying? We didn't just come down here. We just been in Houston our whole lives. We came from California from, you know, a bad environment to a good environment. You know? So that's why we able to be in this room right now and be able to podcast because we all calm. You know, we all on good paths, you know.
Yeah.
So on the next episode, you know, we'll talk more about, you know, being in Houston and what we actually do. You know, Genesis, she does a lot of stuff in school. She does a lot of stuff on TikTok. Cedric, like I said, he a motivational speaker. He got books that he write. Zach is into basketball. He's trying to really grow into like being an athlete. You know, Zaya is always into books. She's studying. What are you studying, Zaya?
Well, for fun, I like to study psychology and forensics, and then I'm learning Spanish and Arabic right now.
So that's the stuff that we want to talk about on the podcast, but we want to get out where we grew up at so y'all can know who we really are.
Yeah, so that was just little quick episode, little background check.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like some slight. Again, I hope you got to your destination because this is good for the car ride. I'm telling you.
Big facts.
I do have one question for Zach in particular.
Last question because we got to wrap it up.
On our last episode, people were saying how you forced your voice.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Address it.
Okay, let me address this real quick. I'm looking at y'all with a straight face right now. There's a difference between me being at school and me being at home around my family. If I'm talking like being goofy at school, my voice is gonna be more high pitched like this. But when I'm talking normally, calmly, seriously, this is how I sound. Now stop asking me questions about all the Zach, you're forcing your voice.
No, because people was texting me talking about your brother talking.
Get off my jump for real. Like,
So now y'all know Zach. You know,
this
what
is
I'm saying?
how I talk around my
Talks,
family.
you know, Zach talks around.
Zach is chill. When
around
guys
the
are
house.
chill, their voice gets
Zach is very
lower.
mature. You know what I'm saying? So you know,
I
not
don't know
forcing
about that
anything.
one.
Nobody's forcing nothing. You know what I'm saying? We grew up into
Yeah,
these people.
tripping.
If we sound like this, we sound like this. You know what I'm saying? So this is Face the World podcast.
Should we
You
drop
already
our- should we
know
drop
the
our,
socials down
shout
below.
out
The
Face
to
the
socials down
world.
below.
Yeah, catch me on IG, XO Zach.
Follow
with two
all of us, and
with
like
two
I said, the
H's.
stuff that we really gonna be talking
About to
about.
start singing.
We'll discuss some more episodes, but for right now, we just wanted to give a background of where we came from, so you don't have to figure out who we are and what we do. You know what I'm saying? We all grew up in,
What's
we all
three
came from
H's?
California, but now we in Houston, Texas.
It's 3 H's.
And yeah, we here now. You know what I'm saying?
Go follow my TikTok.
We out.
Bye.
Bye bye.